A bag?
It's not just a bag. It's Prada.
Welcome in to Somewhere's Prada, where the drama is always designer and the stories are forever iconic. Let's get into today's video. Welcome in. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I know I am. I do want to say, I want to thank all of you guys for coming over from wherever you found me from. Of course, many of you are from TikTok. I appreciate you for coming and supporting me also on YouTube. Like I did mention in the previous video, I did just start my YouTube like a few months ago, so we are very fresh in the beginning. With that being said, please feel free to drop any suggestions in the comments of what you would like to see more of on this channel. I tend to like to do things a little bit differently than other channels so that you can just get a different feel when you come over here. So that's why kind of my Let's Plays are like a mix of like voiceover content as well. A little like machinimas in it. And then when I do my speed builds, I sometimes like to add affirmations in it. So it just depends on what you guys would like to see. Honestly, I'm very open to it. Of course, the Ackers are really popping right now and people really want to get into their lore more. And I have a lot, of course, because in real time, I'm up to like season 4 and you guys are on episode 1 here. But like I did mention in previous videos, their storylines are on my Patreon and you can feel free to go read over there. Many of these people in the first 4 generations are dead, so we are definitely going to be using a lot of picture form to tell the story, but I try to make it feel a little immersive with sound and, you know, feelings. So hopefully you guys like that type of documentary style aesthetic, because that was the aesthetic that I did in the story times on Patreon, so I feel like it just makes sense. And then once we get closer to the current timeline where we are today with my Sims and his family, then we can incorporate some side Let's Plays and some more video content. But let's just do a small little recap of the first episode. You guys, Edward and his father, what the hell? Like, did you really sacrifice your wife for fortune and fame? Because she's missing, and that's what the streets are saying. And of course his father Louis probably thought that it was going to come to him, but actually it went to the son Edward, and it didn't really pick up as quickly as well. Edward, first of all, did not know about any witch or things like that. He did know of the rumors, but he didn't know if it was true or not, because he didn't have like a really good life growing up. Like, he was a little poor or just a little like check by check situation. So when he did, you know, infiltrate the high society, he had to lie about a few things. So think about what character could I connect him to? The Great Gatsby. Like, he had the money, but he was lying about who he was and how he got the money. So that's kind of what Edward, I would say, is connected to, if you want to connect it to like a fiction book character. But he ended up being in these high societies and he met the Marie Acker, that girl, and you know, her family wasn't really vibing with Edward, so they, you know, was like, no, we're not going to support this, and she went against them and still stayed with him. Got disinherited by her immediate family, but you know, she used money from her inheritance from her grandmother to help restore Renenberg Ballet Hall. Like, but she did that as like a cultural, how can I say this? Because I don't want to disrespect Marie, but she wanted to infiltrate that high society group that was like, you know, spreading rumors and not inviting them to places. And she was like, well, I got you, because I'm going to restore the places that you do come to, and you're going to have no choice but to see my face, but to be in my presence, but to include me. Because if you don't, I'm really close with this institution now, and I can disinvite you to these events. So now you have to kiss my, okay. Like, she was that girl. Like, she knew that the way the actors were going to rise in this society is through the social cultural impact. you're in charge of like a new newspaper, Sulani Weekly, or a reinvented, one from a dying one. And this is how you do it. And she is that girl. So now let's get into the second installment. I think this is gonna be mostly about Edward and how I don't want to give too much away. So enjoy it.
The Acker Legacy, Shadows of Wealth. We witness the Acker family's ascent to newfound prosperity and societal prominence. With Edward Acker's vision, Sulani Weekly's success, and the next generation poised to make their mark, the Ackers become synonymous with new money. The mysterious passing of Edward Acker. In the twilight of his life, Edward Acker, the patriarch who orchestrated the family's rise, faced an enigmatic demise. Whispers of the old witch from Louis Acker's past resurfaced, haunting the family with tales of a dark pact. Some believed that the shadows of the past had finally caught up with Edward, leading to a mysterious and untimely passing. Edward Acker's final days were a puzzle wrapped in mystery. Rumors circulated that he was haunted by visions, possibly a consequence of the rumored dealings with the old witch. Whether a curse or a mere coincidence, Edward's death sparked speculation and fueled the family's legacy with an air of mystique. Testaments from friends at the time said there was an eerie aura surrounding Edward's last days. Some say he spoke of strange dreams, and others swear they saw glimpses of a cloaked figure at the periphery. The family was left in shock, and the whispers of the old witch became a lingering presence in their lives. Edward's dreams, the raven's prophecy. In a dream that sent shivers down Edward's spine, a group of ravens circled overhead, each representing one of his sons. The birds seemed to communicate in an otherworldly language, foretelling of challenges and choices that would shape the Acker legacy. The eerie cawing lingered in Edward's ears upon waking. The endless maze. Edward found himself trapped in an endless maze, the walls closing in with each step. His sons, faces obscured, navigated the labyrinth alongside him. The dream conveyed a sense of entrapment and the complexity of the path ahead, hinting at the intricate challenges awaiting the Acker heirs. The Whispering Willow. Another haunting dream involved a solitary willow tree, its leaves rustling in the wind with ominous whispers. As Edward approached, he saw the silhouettes of his sons beneath the willow's branches. The tree seemed to be imparting secrets, leaving Edward with a sense of impending doom and a burden to be shouldered by the next generation. Edward Acker, driven by a desire for legacy wealth, guides his sons through the complexities of high society. With strategic investments and an eye for opportunities, the Acker family not only survives, but thrives. Despite his new money status, Edward Acker harbors a disdain for his peers and only seeks association with old money families. His ambition for legacy wealth propels the family forward, setting the stage for a dynasty that spans generations. The mysterious circumstances of Edward's passing left an indelible mark on the Acker brothers. They were now faced with the challenge of reconciling the past, navigating their grief, and stepping into their roles as the new stewards of the Acker Legacy. Despite the uncertainty surrounding Edward's death, life carried on for the Acker family. The brothers, bound by blood and the lessons instilled by their father, embarked on their own journeys into love, wealth, and societal prominence. Join us as we explore the intricate tales of love and legacy in the lives of Edward Acker's sons in the wake of their father's mysterious departure.